Willie D. Live.
What's up, family? A Georgia mother is demanding justice after the identities of her teen sons were exposed by news outlets. The boys were arrested for being accused of shooting up a party, then bragging about it on social media. Mama is calling cap, insisting that her sons are innocent and condemning the media for exposing their identities. In the video, the mother addresses the damage media coverage could have on her sons, Dwayne Tolbert, 14, and Major Tolbert, 13. Check out what the mother said in a statement. "We demand an immediate investigation into my son's unlawfully exposure by the media. There was no consideration for their dignity or mental health." The mother claims she wasn't notified about the court hearing and alleges the court failed to consider her son's rights as minors. She believes this is part of a pattern of systemic injustice faced by minority youth, where minors are assumed guilty before having a chance to prove their innocence. There's no video of them with a gun. Their charges are baseless, she said. She's now demanding an investigation into the unlawful media coverage of her children. She's urging media outlets to take accountability for revealing their identities. All right, fam, who you got? Well, first of all, let me say this. The outlets claim that the boys are being charged as adults. That's why their identities were released. So, where you stand, does that change your opinion about all of this? Should the outlets have shown their faces and released their names? Give me a thumbs up if you say hell yeah. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, they're picking on the brothers. We gotta get rid of these jive turkeys. Off topic. A friend of mine, a family friend who used to be a television producer, very skilled guy, highly educated. I asked him once, man, did y'all really used to do that jive talk? And he said, yeah, man, unfortunately we did. Jive turkeys. Anyway, fam, back to the focus. Let me get focused. Okay. So I see what the problem is. The problem is the mama. Let's start right there. The problem is the mother and her lack of accountability. I get it if she had a problem with the identities being shown, but once they told her that they showed their identities because they're being charged as adults, she should not have made that statement. And I do get it. The system is biased. We all know that. We know that the system target young black males. We know all of that stuff. But it appears to me that the system wasn't doing the targeting this time. It was the young black males doing the targeting. And they were targeting their peers. They opened fire at a party indiscriminately, shooting people. One minor got hit. So far, it looks like that person will survive, but family, you know how I know they did it? You know how I know they did it? Because they was on social media bragging about it. See what I mean? They're on social media bragging about shooting people, shooting up a party. 13, 14 years old. Looks like to me the mama trying to get that heat off of her by playing the victim. She had the nerve to go start a GoFundMe. I don't know what it's up to, but it shouldn't be $1 in there. I get it, fam, if people are upset that they chose these boys' face, but lawfully they have a right to do that and release their names if they're being charged as adults, if they truly are being charged as adults. If that's the case, I get that, right? If they're not, the news outlets are out of pocket for showing their faces and revealing their names, right? They're out of pocket for that. But for the mama to talk about how them being shown on social media has affected their mental health. She said that it affected their mental health. Their dignity and their mental health. What about the kid that got shot? So his mental health and his dignity is not affected at all? These little mother shot up a party. Can't go nowhere these days. And it's happening everywhere, fam. It's not even just happening in low-income areas. It's happening everywhere. Shootings, youngsters just wild. Not all of them, but the ones who are. These uncivilized mutts must be brought to heel. It's not safe. Even there was a shooting at in an upscale neighborhood in Houston. It's a big community center, big pool, lagoon. I think anybody from Houston probably know what I'm talking about. The neighborhood, really nice neighborhood. Homes, I think the homes are like anywhere from 400, 500. I think they're like 500 to like up in the millions, right? Like 1 million, 500 to 1 million. A really nice neighborhood, right? One of the best looking community centers you've ever seen. These fools went and they had a party. They tried to do a weekly thing. By the second week, somebody pulled out a gun and started shooting. Because you have people that come from other places that don't necessarily live in the neighborhood, and they come out there and they looking for trouble. They're actually looking for trouble. They're shooting up parties, they're shooting up graduations, they're shooting up repasses. I almost had a shooting. Well, actually, not almost. Had a shooting at a repass for a family member. My family member. They arguing. This is family arguing. And so my cousin's friend, who he brought with him, they troublemakers. This is one of my younger cousins, the youngster, 21, 22, troublemakers. He got the gun. So one of my cousins get in an argument with the other cousin. So the younger cousin, Buddy, pulls out a gun and, shoots in the air. Yeah, y'all stop all that, woo-woo. He do that, my other cousins pull out and drop. Whoa, man, what the hell y'all doing? We just buried a family member, and these fools about to kill each other like it's the Wild Wild West. Everybody got a gun. Everybody on the edge. Everybody's scared. It's so easy to get killed these days. Bump somebody. Somebody thought you were looking at them. You have a conversation with somebody's girlfriend. Just speak to them. You ain't got to tap them on the butt or nothing. Just speak to them. And these insecure, emotional dudes will take your life. Throw their life away. Kill you. The girl gone about her business before he can even get himself a lawyer. Another dude already blowing her back out. And his dumb ass sitting in jail doing 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And literally signs himself up to be a slave. Come Come on, fam. We got to do better, man. We got to do better. Let me tell you something, all you youngsters out there. This is very important. You got to be so good at picking your friends that your friends are good at picking friends. When you move like that, you can eliminate a lot of this stuff. You can really reduce a lot of the drama and the ignorance. Pick friends who are discerning. Pick friends who care about living like you do. Because some of these little youngsters, they don't give a damn about living. They look forward to having their name be placed on a shirt. And I don't know why, because they ain't gonna see it. To all the people out there who are looking at these youngsters and saying, they're wrong, they're minors. They shouldn't be releasing their identity. They're wrong, they're minors. God forbid it was one of yours that got shot, that one of these little hoodlums shot. You would absolutely want their names released. You would want to warn the public of these little uncivilized mutts. That's right, I said it. Uncivilized mutts. And they come in all ages, all colors, both genders. No more talk.